It's Friday, December 13th. My name is Rich, and this is your 5-Minute Fix. Welcome to the 5-Minute Fix, where we take stories about pretty much anything from pretty much anywhere and try to give it to you in 5 minutes or less today. Ooh, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we got a little bit of controversy in the commentary world. In case you're not up to speed, Brett Cooper of The Comment Section with Brett Cooper, a show in which I believe is a property of the Daily Wire, she is leaving the show in what many people believe is the Daily Wire forcing her out. Now, we're going to take a look at a statement that she made just recently explaining her side of it, or, you know, what she or the Daily Wire might want to believe is her side of it. And then we're going to take a look at perhaps some theories that many people closer to that kind of space on the internet may have in relation to this situation. But first, let me give you a little rundown. Brett Cooper, she is the host of The Comment Section. It's got 4.45 million subscribers, and I do believe over the last 3 years in which she has been on this channel, I think that's the time frame anyways, she has gained the majority of these subscribers. But recently, there's been a fill-in somebody who just happens to be her best friend, bridesmaid at her wedding, and her producer on the show. And she's the one who's been filling in saying, oh, Brett will be back next week. Brett will be back next week. And I guess she was gone for a little bit while a lot of the speculation was going on. But first, let's take a look at this video. This right here, the first portion of this video anyway, is Brett discussing why she's leaving the comment section.
Hey guys, some of you have heard the rumors online, and the rumors are mostly true. Today, December 10th, will be my last day hosting the comment section and working for the Daily Wire. It is not true
so
that
she's
I
gone
am being
now.
forced out. It was my own choice to leave. And believe me, this is bittersweet. I have had the most unbelievable 3 years helping to craft the show, building this community, and telling stories and sharing the truth every day.
A lot of people are also saying that they believe that this is a very scripted explanation. Obviously, it's going to be scripted to some point, but they don't believe it's scripted by her. They think it's scripted by the Daily Wire.
Comment section, you all have made me braver, more articulate, more thoughtful, more hopeful than I could have ever imagined. And I'm grateful that we spent this time together. And I'm grateful that the Daily Wire gave us a platform to grow this community. But at this point in my life, I am ready to take on a new direction, both personally and professionally. This means new challenges and new endeavors, which I will share with you soon. As for this show, the comment section will continue with the Daily Wire. My producer, Reagan, is taking over as host of the comment section, and I wish her and the Daily Wire all the best. We have had 3 great years, and I am proud of what we've accomplished together. Leaving this show and the platforms that we've built is hard, but I'm very excited for what's to come. Knowing that we have brought so many people together in laughter over these last 3 years means the world to me. I appreciate all of you, so let's chat again soon. But in the meantime, go touch some grass, kick some rocks, and we'll catch up shortly.
So there you go. That's the statement from Brett Cooper on her channel, the last video that she did for the comment section. And some people just aren't buying it. So we're going to watch a clip now from the Unusual Suspects YouTube channel. And it's a guy named Ian Carroll. He's talking about this whole situation from his perspective. Like I said, he's a little more closer to this kind of stuff than I am. So let's take a look at what he says about this whole situation.
This is kind of a crazy story that my friend James Lee broke like a week ago. He got a source from the Daily Wire that gave him like an inside scoop on the fact that
he's got a source.
Daily Wire is pushing Brett Cooper out, and I was like, and I know who she is. She's great at her job. She does what she does. Yeah. And so I go and look up her channel, and I'm like, wait a minute. She's still producing videos though. What's going on? Yeah. And so I started digging in more. I talked to James, then I went and I started digging in and found my own source right at the Daily Wire. And now I've had even more come and corroborate it since I reported on it. And it's not just that the Daily Wire is pushing out Brett Cooper. It's actually that Brett Cooper is under one of these contracts that has her basically tied to secrecy and silence, because now that they're terminating her contract, their arbitration clauses are coming into play. So she is in a secret court of arbitration, not a public court, where she is under NDA and can't say anything about it while they spin whatever narrative they want about it. And they're circulating around letters internally that are saying like, oh, Brett Cooper wants to leave, and that is not the case at all, apparently, according to everyone at the Daily Wire that I've spoken to. And it's that she had disagreements with Jeremy Boring over what happened with Candace, probably, and certainly more disagreements in terms
Candace
of like,
Owen was booted from the Daily Wire earlier this year.
Pushed out. They are promoting her best friend, who was her maid of honor at her wedding.
Sheesh.
They offered her a contract that was so lucrative she couldn't refuse it.
The best friend that her bestie was already offered.
Producer Reagan,
bridesmaid.
Yeah, her producer was her bridesmaid at her wedding this year. And they apparently allegedly gave her acting classes to help her imitate Brett's mannerisms.
Oh,
and when
my
I
goodness.
was talking to a girl with the family I was staying with before, she's like an 18-year-old chick that loves Brett Cooper.
I don't think it could be any other evidence. Like, if this is true, of course, this is all alleged, but if they actually gave her acting lessons to mimic the mannerisms of Brett Cooper, and you know what? If you take a look at some of the videos that she has done as a replacement, you'll probably notice that telltale sign right there. Something's fishy. Something's fishy. Obviously, why would you go and be giving this girl acting lessons when you've got the real deal right there? Something's not adding up.
Cooper, she's a total super fan. And she was like, yeah, the Reagan episodes are kind of weird because she's like a clone of Brett Cooper. And it's because they paid for acting classes apparently for her to. And so there's this whole thing going on behind the scenes, and Brett can't say anything. And so, like, there's even more about Jeremy Boring that I did a video about that we don't need to go into now. But basically, I made that video, and then Jeremy just circulated a letter around the Daily Wire internally that obviously leaked. I have a copy of. I'm sure lots of have a copy of. Woo. Yeah, and I didn't want to like put the whole text up. I'm pretty sure that Jeremy meant for it to leak. Like, he's not totally dumb.
Okay.
But in it, he clearly claims in it directly that Brett Cooper wanted to leave and that this is Brett Cooper's idea and they wish her well. And that is a flat out lie. That is like directly from sources that are very familiar with the matter. That is not the case. And Brett Cooper cannot say anything. And they're forcing her out while they try to play PR to make it look like, you know, we're just trying to do it, which is exactly the picture that Crowder painted of the Daily Wire, that Candace painted of the Daily Wire, that everyone that has worked at the Daily Wire, like in my Instagram comments right now, there's like 4 former Daily Wire employees that are all being like, yeah, it's a fucking shithole. Like, this is exactly the culture that I was talking about. I can corroborate all of this. They're just out there on Instagram saying these things because that's the culture they have there.
Wow. That's crazy stuff. Talking about the contract that she was under, how there are other people who have left the Daily Wire. They can corroborate the same kind of thing, and people who are working there who can corroborate the story as well. This is pretty crazy stuff, especially considering the success that Brett Cooper was having on the channel. Them trying to make it look like she wanted to leave. I don't know if I can agree with that, just because who wants to start from scratch willingly on a YouTube channel? You know, like, obviously she has a lot of followers. I'm sure when she does start her own thing, she'll gain a bunch of those subscribers back, but I can't see that being the optimal solution for a situation like this. But I'm gonna leave the link to this video in the description. I'll leave the link to the video I showed earlier in the description. And I wanna know what you guys think down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. My name is Rich, and this has been your 5-Minute Fix.